Praydog's Unreal Engine VR. It's finally out, it's finally here, and we've got some great VR games to show with the capabilities of this mod. So first we have got Hyperbox Uncharge. This right here is such a cool game to play in VR. With this, I did try it with keyboard and mouse, and I had the VR headset on my head, because at this point, I was just really experimenting. I don't know if it's possible to go and use motion controllers for this game yet. Probably is, but with this, it was very cool to get this little introduction in VR mode, with the comic book strip explaining the villains and the whole game mode. Then, getting into the actual game, where you play as the actual toy or action figure, this was very, very trippy, but it ran so freaking well. Now, when you go and spawn into the actual map, you do get into a build mode sort of first, but having a look at the actual arms being up in the air, and the actual room, it was really, really weird. But you could see this was my first time doing this in VR, because I was just looking around the place just thinking, oh my god, I can't believe I'm actually doing this. The fact that this looks so much freaking better in VR than I thought it would makes this game even better. The smoothness of it and the way you just get to look at your character, the first person, it builds into VR so freaking well. And with the shooting in the first person game modes, starting wave 1 right here, this was incredible, and I honestly am going to come back to this game just to play in VR, because I've had so much more fun getting to just go and play this in VR than I have in a freaking while. Now, getting to shoot robot toys and just actually play single player was really freaking trippy, but it was one of those really loving trips. The next game I tried is a very random game. You've either played it or you haven't played it. It's called Boltbreak. There is 2 games of it, and one of them is in demo at the minute, which is a sequel which you can publicly play. It's pretty much like a superhero speedster game where you get to have this little open world and you get to go to a few different Earths, and you are able to go and destroy these NPCs very realistically. It seemed compatible, and it works perfect, weirdly enough. The only thing to this game is there's not really a lot to do with it at the minute. It's great that I got to play this in VR, but it just got boring very, very quickly, because obviously all you can really do in this is like run really fast, fight a few NPCs, and that's about it. Nevertheless, very cool to experience. Now for a big one that was a big name for Praydog's Unreal Engine is Returnal. I tried Returnal, gave it a go. This one was a little bit more laggy for me, but the idea is there. Ideally, this probably works a lot better with motion controls or using a PlayStation controller, as that's the whole experience and point of Returnal if you haven't played it before.
But my sidearm is
Again, with some of these, you have just got to make some adjustments to be able to go and play this, and there will be some third-person trippiness if you aren't too careful with it. But this was very, very cool to be able to experience. It did lag a few times for me, so I did die on really stupid points, which I don't really need to die on.
I have found a deceased Astra Scout here. Checking identification on a helmet. It's... my sidearm. Continuing towards the signal's origin.
And last but not least, I gave RoboCop Rogue City a go. This one probably had to be one of my most favourites, as with this one you can use motion controls or keyboard and mouse, but highly recommended that you do fiddle with the controls of this one, because once you do start using your guns, it does get a little bit weird if you don't add motion controls in, because you can't really see the pinpoint aim marker and the crosshairs on your VR headset unless you're looking at your PC screen, which obviously does break quite a bit of immersion. But this one was very smooth to get transitioning into VR and to flat screen, and
You should know by now
getting
when
to
it comes
be
to
an
evidence.
experience and walk through around the
keeps on like
cities
this,
of
we're gonna
Detroit
run
like
short of
RoboCop, and playing the mod versus to the actual
I'm
game
gonna give you 10
was so
milligrams of
freaking
diazepam
cool
to
to
make
be
you
able to do, especially at the beginning bit.
Medic! There you are, partner.
Lewis,
The hell is going on up there?
Sorry, dude! The police want us to release the hostages! So no hard feelings!
Hey, you can't go in yet. We need to wait for the reinforcements.
reinforcements have arrived.
I knew you'd say something like that.
We need to find another way. It is too dangerous to cross.
For me. But you can take the heat.
Now, as far as Unreal Engine games go, for the Praydog Uevr mod, those are some of the best ones that I've tried yet. I will probably show a few more of these off, and you will get to see some more gameplay tests of stuff like Hypercharge and so on, which I will upload separately. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on which games you have liked. Honestly, I'm so glad this is out now on Praydog, from the VR community and everyone else. Thank you so much for making this history and a reality for us. I can't wait for more updates, and I can't wait to see the future of this.